study. How's it going, Milo? Okay, so I already brushed my teeth. So this stream is going to go from 10 to 10:30 to 11:30. Yes, I just burped. Yes, it was disgusting. Right. Yeah. SW McCown Studios, how's it going? Yeah, well, what do you expect? It's social media. A lot of pathetic adults hang out in social media. It's like they never exactly grow past high school, or middle school, and they essentially see a child, essentially going through something, and they just they do what broken people do. And you know what, I guess I kind of also have a little bit of trouble moving past high school, because I went through quite a bit of trauma. Not quite a bit, a little bit. It was a decent high school, so I will give it that. I think I remember. I think one time I was talking shit about an old classmate. I'm not sure where it was, but I think it was around like 40 subs or something. I'm not sure. It was around the same time I think I was. No, come on, dude. You know what? I'm wasting time. And of course. Had to be 32 or 33. I talked a lot of shit about his hairline. But either way, let's move past that. They'll all try to justify themselves, but I'm just being real. It's like, that sucks. That really sucks. But hey, I actually thought that, I thought that homophobia would have been a thing in the past. Then again, maybe it's like the place that you go, because the high school that I went to was a pretty decent high school, and I might put these away. Triple size it. It was a very liberal arts school, so of course there were gonna be gay kids. And when I called something gay, I was getting a lot of like evil eyes, like this. I was getting a lot of stink eyes and side eyes from like quite a few kids in my art class. So our art history class. So I put that to aside. I put the long history of, I don't know, for some reason ignorance just doesn't die out. For some reason ignorance just doesn't die out. Like I don't know, it felt natural to me. Then again, it was like the environment that I grew up in, where I went to like a mostly Latino high school, so of course being homophobic was we were gold star medalists at it. You know what I'm saying? Hey yo, that was our that's like that was like the I think literally like the that was like the main thing that came out of our mouths. Yeah. No. I'm sorry that happened to you, but things will get better. Things will get better. Man, he's probably jealous because of all of the girlfriends that you got. He's probably just jealous of all the girlfriends you got, you know what I'm saying? Milo, the female slayer, You dumped one chick, move on to the other, love them and leave them. Probably saw all of that and decided to act like a total incel. It's like, Milo's getting all the pussy, but I can't get nothing. Yeah. I have a small penis. Yeah. That's probably him right now. Don't worry about it, man. He'll be fine. You will be fine. You get more chicks than him, bro. Hey, more than him. More than him. GHA Streamlab? Yeah. Sorry about that. I can't control it. I'm not paying for the internet. You had two more girlfriends than I got. I had none. You know, my first girlfriend's gonna be, I think, at like possibly like, I don't know, maybe in my 30s or something. It's gonna be awkward because the dating market at the age of 30, it's like a lot of divorcees, a lot of chicks who, want to get married quickly, and it's like, damn. They want kids. They want to keep up with the Joneses because they're afraid of being essentially kind of like, they're afraid of that stigma of being an unmarried woman in her 30s. Because like I feel like society, I think, deems women who are unmarried and in their 30s kind of like leftovers. I believe in you. I can get it. Thank you. And I mean, granted, it's like men view women who are less and less, who are more and more older as less attractive, which I kind of question. It's like, really? Like, you're essentially you're missing out on good real estate. There are some cougars out there. You know what I'm saying? Their husbands are divorcing them. There's an entire, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the male loneliness epidemic, I feel like, I don't know, at this point I'm joking, but at this point maybe I'm not. The male loneliness epidemic could totally be cured by divorcees, 30-year-old divorcees, cougars, you know what I'm saying? Young men in the loneliness epidemic are essentially seen as invisible, and unmarried or divorced women at the age of 30 are also seen as invisible. So, we combine these two, bada bing, bada boom. Male loneliness crisis solved. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a total genius. Matter of fact, I'm gonna bounce this off of Cass. And if she doesn't praise my genius, I'll just call her insane. People in my school piss me off constantly. I get the feeling. I get the feeling. Man. But you have to understand that they're kids. And they're dumb. And they're gonna be dumb. Because that's what being a kid is. You know, you don't exactly know you don't know much. You don't even know who you are yet. You know? Like my best friend didn't come out as, you know, non-binary or homosexual until he was like in his mid to late 20s. Like for years. Actually, no, I think early to mid to late 20s. I could be wrong, but you know, it's like it's a journey, and a lot of people, you know, they go through this journey with like the blinds up. You know, they don't exactly, you know, they don't really care about what they're doing or how it affects people around them. I mean, honestly, it happens a lot, especially in America. And you know, it's infuriating. But you're gonna have to learn to live with it. Because who knows? There might be someone who, you know, where like they find you insufferable and you piss them off constantly. It's entirely possible. The schools in my state suck ass. I mean, what state do you live in? Live in like Ohio, Idaho. You know what I'm saying? Up here, Ohio. Nice. Down to Ohio, down to Ohio. I'm sorry. My early 20s has just been plagued by just memes, internet memes. I can't escape them. I cannot escape them. I cannot escape them at all. And it's, I don't know. I do not know how long I can do this. But, you know, I need to, because it's the only way I can get money to do what I actually love, which is this. I need to pay money to get to the Art Students League, to buy money for driving lessons, because I still haven't got that down. And I also need to do a lot of shit that I don't want to do. But, you know, it's gonna help me in the long run, because it's gonna help me accomplish more shit that I want to do. great. Hopefully. No. Come on. Make this study worth something. Yeah, you guys can make candy with a K and I. And then you can incessantly talk about it on stream, on my stream, while talking about your obsession with what's that game that you keep talking about? I don't know what the name is, but it's like it has that Heathcliff fellow. Limbus Company. Alright. Well, Flyer, I have a. So how's it going? I want to pitch you something. I had an amazing idea. An amazing idea. It's great. Now, before you get excited, it has nothing to do with Houndhead. I'm sorry about that, but I think you'd find it interesting. All right. Who we drawing? A random woman. A random woman. All right. By the way, hit me. Okay, so basically, this idea is about the male loneliness epidemic. Okay, so, all right. So, I think when women get divorced, they're about in their mid to late 30s, early 40s. And for some reason in society, older women, older unmarried women, have this stigma where they where they're kind of like the leftovers. And so they are viewed as less attractive by society. You know, let me cook here. Alright, so, and younger men, for the most part, are also viewed as, you know, like, because they don't exactly have their lives figured out, you know, they have no direction, you know. They are also viewed as, say, invisible by society. So, if we cross the two paths, if we have these 40-year-old divorcees meet and hook up with these younger men, the male loneliness epidemic would cease to be. What I'm saying is, we could totally end the male loneliness epidemic with cougars. Younger men, I feel like a lot of younger men are viewed as invisible. You know, it's like they kind of feel like they kind of like, you know, they're not exactly like financially stable. They don't exactly have their lives figured out. For the most part, younger women kind of like, you know, date older men, and older men date younger women. Younger women tend to be in relationships with older men because, you know, it's like they're more stable, they have their stuff figured out, you know. And then, you know, of course, older men are with younger women because, you know, for obvious reasons. So if we cross the two paths for their counterparts with that ending, did we just solve world peace? Did I just solve world peace? Did I end the incels for good? Come on, tell me it's not genius. Tell me it's not genius. I'm a genius. It's a burden, but, you know, it's my cross to bear. You know what I'm saying? It's my cross to bear. What? How am I crazy? How am I crazy? It makes sense. It makes sense. Trust me on this, guys. I know this will work because an older woman called me a handsome young man once. It'll work. You can't see the vision. You need to see the vision. Something? Okay. I didn't know my chat was filled with fudsters. I didn't know. But just so you know, if Elliot Roger 2.0 comes in and starts causing trouble, just say just say ain't gonna happen. Just be normal challenge. Alright. Impossible. Now I'm totally normal, okay? I'm totally normal. Just cause, just cause I have, fights with myself. Just cause I'm really into comic books. Just cause, I won't let go of the time that, one of the girls from the student body, student government, looked at me and said, "Ew." I haven't forgotten that or let that go. That makes me not normal. Come on. We all have, we all have these, we all have these tics that people say they're psychotic. Come on. I'm normal. I'm normal. And so is this idea, but it's not normal, it's genius. Trust me. With this idea, incels, school shootings will all be a thing of the past. Well, not, I don't think, I think that joke was in terrible taste, actually. My bad. That joke was in terrible taste. I don't know. I was friends with the possible school shooter. Hey, consent. That was the first step, okay? It was just an idea, okay? It's not fun when they're, it's not fun when they're not, you know what? I made it weird, didn't I? Damn it. Yeah, I'm starting to see the flaws in my plan. You know what? Never mind. But I'll work on it. I'm really onto something here. You were what? Yeah, I was friends with a possible school shooter. I don't want to say his name. His name was, let's call him John. I didn't know. I didn't know. See, John was he was fun to hang out with. We would talk about South Park, Batman, all types of cool stuff. We would goof around. He'd have play fights in the locker room. It was fun. But then he started getting more and more isolated and unhinged. And I don't know. That's my guess. But Turns out that security found his plans, and yeah, he would apparently he was planning. The entire school figured it out, and you know, because of that, we had school shooter drills. Oh, you too? Cass, you were friends with a school shooter too? You know, now that I think about it, it's kind of wild that this happened. You know? I thought schools getting shot up was like the type of thing that happened to, you know, other schools, you know? Schools with like a pretty dense Caucasian population. But apparently not. Could have happened to me too. That is something that is hard to wrap my head around. Sorry if this got too deep. This was a possible emotional roller coaster for all of you, which, fair enough. Nah, that'd just be murder. Or attempted murder, if you survived. Damn. Okay. We know, Cass. Quit bragging, okay? Quit bragging. It's not fair, okay? I come from the generation that'll never own a home. If anything, this is bullying. You're being a bully. You're reminding me of something I'll never have. You're being mean to me. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sue you and take your home. Okay, I got kicked in the head today. I got kicked in the head by a child today at my job. Yeah, I was basically carrying a child out, and and basically because the child would not behave or sit still. At one point, he would he started to basically crawl under the seats of the auditorium, and I had to basically just like escort him back to his class because it's like that's the idea that his teacher had. That and then I was like, okay, let's take him back. And then basically, at one point, like he's a kid with like behavioral issues, which is like I don't know, maybe it's like a fancy way of saying his parents, aren't exactly the strongest when it comes to disciplining him. But yeah, basically, he wouldn't budge, and when we carried him out, he did this thing where it's like it's like we tried to like get him up to walk, and he wouldn't. He just went limp. It's like, I want to go. I don't want to go. And then basically at this point I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's just carry him back. And then I carried him. Then he started hitting me. It was which didn't hurt. It did not hurt. But then he then essentially like he started like then like it's like he was I decided to kind of like I think he was starting to get a bit more fussy. Didn't want to drop him, so I basically carried him like this. These are my arms. This is the kid. This is the goblin, the demon. Me, yeah. And then of course, bah. Now, of course, I'm fine. I do not have a concussion, but. And then, at the end of the day, I did. But, that kid was on a tear. At this point, the goal for every day I show up to work is basically, it's like, hey, just show up and take it one day at a time. Do your best to make it to 250. And so far it's been working. 250, that's all you need. Just wait until 250. And like, there's some moments where it's like, it's like, hey, time moves fast, man. And it's like, it's correct, but it's not correct. Like, what the fuck? It's like when you want time to move fast, when you don't want time to move fast, that's when it moves fast. But when you don't, when you want it to move fast, like when you're like, God damn it, when will this period end already? It's like when you're in the midst of nap time, and you're trying your best not to fall asleep. And by the way, for context, I work with pre-K students now. You're trying your absolute best not to pass out, despite the Kenny G, the smooth jazz that's playing. Yeah, dead weight sucks. Yeah, it's like where they just they don't want to they just go limp, and their weight, they don't exactly support their own weight. It's like, you like jazz. Oh, really? My bad. But yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. It's a very old movie. Back when the B movie came out, I was like, what? I was 7 years old. I was 7 when that thing came out. I was still in elementary school. Jesus. Man, that was a while ago. Jesus Christ. And you know, I remember back when I was like 7 years old, there used to be an old movie theater. It was empty, no one showed up. I think I watched the B movie in there. I think it's gone now. Uncle Jacobo, you don't fucking get one. Buy it. Buy it. Buy Jacobo. Do it. Train him to be the fastest horse in the stable. Is it a male horse or a female horse? If it's a male horse, you know, have him like, you know, breed him. Have him be the breeding horse. That'd be so cool. Yeah, no, but yeah. You know what? Just for fun right now, I have 3 already. Damn. Come on, buy them. Yeah, I know, just, who knows? Maybe this will be like a cheap therapy. You're all my therapists, and I have to talk about how much I hate my job. It's like, my job sucks. Guess what happened to me today? I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel guilty saying this. I don't know. Because, like, for years, being a paraprofessional was, like, kind of like a goal. I always thought, hey, you know, you work with special needs kids, you know, it ends at 2. It ends at 250. Fuck it. You know, it's not that bad. And then you're actually in it. And I don't know, it's like, damn. It's like, it's like the people in the job site or the school that I work at aren't nice. I mean, they're pretty supportive, but at the same time, it's like, damn, I didn't plan to do this. It's like people are asking me, like, you know, if I want to make this a career, and it's like, nah, dude, I don't want to make this a career. I want to make art. And I mean, they beat the shit out of them all the time. Oh god, no. Imagine if I fucking, you know, go skill issue. You're a grown man getting bullied around by kids. See, not me. If that were me, I would have came in with that judo move. You know, wow. And as he laid on the ground, broken and defeated, I'd mug him. Then I'd bang his mom. No. It's a hard job. It's a hard job. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Says the one that got kicked by one today. Hey. But I carried him. though. Alright, so if he kicked me, I would have totally, you know, Batman Bane broke that kid's back. You know what I'm saying? If I were a psychopath that had no empathy. But yeah, no, it's a hard job. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a hard job. I think both. I just hate that people, they say, it's like, hey, this could be a career for you. And it's like, I don't want to do that fucking career. You know, it's like I've been spent so many years training, praying. I'm 29, still evil. Nice. You know what? One thing I would like to do, but I'm too, I don't know, I feel like I'm too nice to do, is just walk up to a baby, right? I see a lollipop in its hands. So far, it hasn't been touched because he hasn't. So far, it hasn't been touched because he's still a kid and he doesn't know how to unwrap anything. I take the candy from him or her, and I just walk away and I eat it. I take a candy from a baby. I'd like to do that. No, yeah, sure, you're normal. Sure, nah, bro, stop running. You're a weirdo like the rest of us. Gooble, gobble, one of us. You're just like us. You found your people. Stop lying. You can lie to me. You can lie to Cass. You can lie to the 6 people that are watching this stream right now. But you can't lie to God, nor yourself. You can't run from yourself. Yeah, no. Any normal person would have just been like, cool, and then walk away. It's like, this guy's obviously not mentally sound. Let's just cut our losses and leave. You cannot lie to me. It's illegal. And I mean, I kind of feel guilty for saying this, you know. Yeah, because like people are nice, and the principal was kind enough to give me an opportunity to work with his school. And honestly, like some of the kids, I don't know, maybe it's a case in pre-K, but they're kind of warming up to me. Like every time I enter the room, they go out, like the kids that I work with in pre-K go out their own way to go up and hug me. And it's like, I should be, my heart should be warmed by this, but inside, you know, I'm unfazed. You know? I'm like, okay, yep, yeah, I'm back. I'm back. So cool. It's so great. I'm so excited. But for some reason, you know, I can't muster up the happiness or the happy-go-luckiness that I had, especially, which were not long ago, actually. It's kind of sad. I still think about some of the kids I would watch over and after school. Which is, I mean, I don't hate kids. I mean, there's specific kids that I don't mind. You know, if I don't like kids, you know, how was I able to work with them for like, I think since 2024. Since 2023, I worked with him for technically 3 years. I don't know, but then again, maybe you're right. You know, because like in school, I do my best, but outside, I'm like, nah, son, I'm off the clock. I'm off the clock, son. I'm off the clock. Want me to be a positive role model? Off the clock? Haha. No, I'm gonna go on stream and schizo rant for the next 3 hours or so while drawing Goku. Like, you think I'm gonna spend the rest of my free time going, eat your veggies? Nah. I'm gonna get on stream and talk about the time that I talk about the time where I came across cosplayers who were a pathetic animal. I was like, like a caveman. Neuron activation. Alright, I think I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Gotta go in like 3 minutes. I think, I don't know. My workouts. Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon too. I think I might have to change my workout schedule. I was working out every day, but I don't know. I think I might take a rest day tomorrow. I'm afraid that might cascade into a. I'm afraid that might cascade into me just not being consistent anymore. And it's the gym. You know, I'm trying to be consistent. The name of the game is consistency. You know. I think by Friday I'm gonna have to return my West Ham uniform and then my ID chain. And then I'm going to have to buy a gift for my mom's birthday. up. So that means, honestly, it's like, hey, we're in this together. It's like, hey, you're late on you're late on your check too. Hey, you're not getting paid till the end of the month too. Come here. Come here, brother. Let's suffer together. It's crazy how fast I render skin. I think I'm getting better. A step by step on Discord? I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm that good yet. You know, I don't know, it's like I'm afraid of like teaching people stuff because it's like I don't know, it's like the way I communicate ideas, I'm afraid that you might easily get lost in what I'm trying to say. But you know what? Yeah, you know what? I think maybe I could like, I don't know, fucking teach me. That's fucking hilarious. Fucking teach me. Teach me. Teach me. You know, what's up? Teach me your secrets. Show me the scroll. Like Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, you know what? Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video. Like I will basically do a time lapse, and just edit and just like, you know, put my face, you know, put my voice on the video and like describe what I'm doing. Okay, so before we do that, we're going to have to kind of like, you know, it's like probably gonna have to go over like specific stuff, like say lighting, you know, texture of the skin, you know, not to mention most of these have been studies. I think when it comes to specific type of skins, you're gonna have to kind of like be cognizant of how to, like, you know, of color, because that's the thing I feel like I haven't fully mastered yet. Because essentially, when it comes, skin is skin. The thing about skin is that it's an organ. It's like the largest organ, and you know, it's like through skin, you know, it's like there's blood going through skin. You know, there's cartilage, all that stuff. And I haven't exactly mastered, you know, capturing all that. But you know, yeah, I think. Then again, it is for the Discord, so I think that could really be good for the Discord. So yeah, I think that and the challenge, I might have to think about that when I'm not fucking exhausted from coming back home from work and dealing with essentially toddlers. For them. All right. Ooh, okay. You know what? Okay. This is. I gotta go. Now I have to go to bed. I should have went to bed like minutes ago. So this is where I leave you. From Rose Arts. And there was a guy at the beginning, but I forgot his name. Hold on. S.W. McCone Studios. You could have been anywhere else, but instead you decided to chill with me here. Thank you. Thank all of you. Thank you for you know, for supporting me. I blow you a kiss. I love love you platonically, of course. Let's not get all parasocial and weird here. Keep making art, keep sketching, keep creating. Because AI art will never, because as Milo says, as Acidic Trauma says, AI art will never be art. And fuck ICE. Granted, I don't really think the algorithm would like me cursing on here, but I already curse like a sailor. But it just had to be said. Fuck ICE. Modern day Gestapo. All of them. Disgusting human beings. And if you're an ICE agent, reconsider your life. Reconsider your life. A 6-figure salary shouldn't be enough to buy your soul. Thank you all. Thank you all. Good night, and I will see you on the next one. And Cass, I will consider the rendering tutorial. Stay cool.